It's beautiful, it's brash, it's brazen.
Hello, I'm ready for cat operation.
It's Bangkok and it's booming.
Bangkok's the place to be.
And here I am and I absolutely love it.
This new world city is home to over 6.5 million Thais. And now over 40,000 Brits, all trying their luck in a place where a nobody can become a somebody. Tonight, we're going to meet 6 Brits with their sights set on making a bigger and better life in Bangkok. There's starry-eyed Lee. After a pop career didn't lift off in Britain, she's going all out to make her mark in Bangkok. But whether it's acting or dancing, the road to fame is never smooth.
It's broken. What the hell is this shit?
And it's hello to Gary. He was brought up on a farm in Devon.
Manure, I think, is the word. Did I want that stuff on my hands? No. I was never really meant to be a farm boy.
Success in Bangkok means he now leads the high life. And he needs high maintenance too.
I don't want to come home and start cooking dinner or making the bed and stuff like that.
And it's not fair to make somebody like me do it.
And what about Billy?
What the fuck is that?
He's going to tip the boat.
He's a bad luck barman. He had a bar, lost a bar, had another bar, lost that too. Now he's started to build yet another bar. Will it be third time lucky?
They're good guys, you know, but they're a little bit slow.
Billy is a man without a bar. Why?
Let's get me a bar.
While pensioner Dave spends his nights in the red light districts. No, not in that way. He's joined the Thai tourist police.
Prostitution. If we see them attempting to chat up men, then they will be arrested.
His challenge is to keep Brits and other holidaymakers out of jail.
From England, Leicester! Out, by the way.
Do not get locked up in Thailand. Behave yourself.
Then there's footballer Mike and his partner Emma. Mike used to play non-league footy in Britain.
Never got recognised in England.
But a transfer to Thailand has made him the Beckham of Bangkok.
All the games are televised, always in the newspapers.
So the pressure's on for Mike to perform and keep up the good life. Oh dear. If he can. Bangkok is one of the world's party capitals. And Cambridge girl Lee Barwell is aiming to cash in. She's moved here and formed a dance act in the hope of fulfilling a burning ambition.
When I was very young, I had this big dream of being in a girl band and being famous, and as a lot of young girls do, you know.
Lee's passion to perform was so strong that back in the UK, she dropped out of school at 15 and went to stage school.
Academics wasn't for me, I loved creativity.
She was then picked up to be part of an up-and-coming girl band, the country-flavoured Mrs. Hippie.
I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when
They may have believed, but the world didn't. And after 2 years of struggling to break through, Mrs. Hippie got a bit lippy.
It just couldn't work out. People didn't really get on that well.
Don't you wanna fall in love with me?
So the band folded. But now Lee's had a glimpse of success. She's determined not to let it go.
Some people might be able to, but for me, like I said, my mentality is very like, keep trying, keep trying.
And if you can't be big in Britain, then why not try in Bangkok? So Lee's striving to succeed with her dance group, the Dance Legends.
Oh, shit! Bangkok, there are tons of opportunities and obviously there's less competition.
Lee's path to Asian domination includes performing at soirees like this snappily titled Young Person's Networking event, but it's only half full.
Oh, there, anyway.
The girls are doing a right royal routine, and it's showtime. Unfortunately, the girls' regal entrance soon becomes powerless. The electricity's cut out. Well, that's a little bit awkward. And with no sign of the music returning, the girls feel they have no choice but to abdicate. Only for the power to come back on. Finally, the girls can get down to it.
I am a good performer because I've learned over the years to really, that's a very big part, and I love acting, so I sort of put that in the mix. So I think I can say that I'm a good performer, and I'm not a bad dancer.
Well, it's been an exciting evening. Lee's worked hard to get this group off the ground. She's not going to let a few setbacks set her back.
Just want to keep the work coming in regularly and get a bigger and bigger name for ourselves. I've really got a good feeling about it.
Onward and upward. Coming up, Dave works in one of the world's most notorious red light districts.
It's up to you whether you have sex or not, but trouble comes with fun.
And trouble is what Dave gets when it all starts kicking off.
Yeah, but you open. Open.
And high-living Gary...
You should see the filth that's on top of here.
He just can't get the staff.
When my shirts are ironed, I want them ironed just so, and the whole point of having them made is to make your life easier, not to make your life worse. So, okay, just train them.
Let's see how that turns out. Back in Bangkok, prepare to meet Gary.
One major difference between living here and in the UK is that I don't have to endure, put up with the minutiae of everyday life. But if I'm on the bus in London and they're talking in English, and then, I would never be on a bus in London, really, but let's say I'm in a very smart five-star restaurant in London and the people at the next table are talking in English, and then I hear everything they say. It's all going on everywhere, but I don't hear it here. Well, I hear it, but I don't understand it, and that's one of the nice things, being able to escape all of that.
Yes, having had a gutful of the UK, Gary now spends most of his time here at the top of 2 towers. He lives in this one, and he works in this one. And living up here, he has high standards.
What are the things that irritate you most in life?
In life, dull questions from inexperienced interviewers.
Oh dear. By day, Gary runs a highly successful headhunting agency. Whereas by night...
That's the top half, that's the middle half, the cuffs, and that's the rest of it. And that's about it.
You might say he's a bit of an exhibitionist.
I would describe myself as social, particular, and what would the third thing to describe myself? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to leave other people to do that.
And they did. Gary's friends gave him this painting as a birthday present.
The words are all supposed to relate to me. I'm not sure about all of them. I took issue with that.
One word seems to leap out, though. He's come a long way because Gary grew up in rural Devon, on a farm.
Manure, I think, is the word in my early life. A lot of it. Look at these fingers, look at these hands. Did I want that stuff on my hands? No. I was never really meant to be a farm boy.
No. Instead, Gary's now living like a modern-day prince in Bangkok. Bespoke clothes, designer bathrooms, lots of gleam and glitter, in a superb flat that cost a mere fraction of its equivalent in London.
This is one of the best bits of the flat, the view. I'm spoiled with this view. And my friends do say that they think it's the best view of any apartment in Bangkok. I probably agree with them.
Well, we couldn't possibly disagree.
Especially at night, that's the best time to be here, when you don't see all the dirty bits.
And if there's something Gary doesn't like, it's dirty bits.
Bangkok's a filthy place, and the dirt just blows in.
So to make sure Gary's apartment remains immaculate as he likes it, it needs to be cleaned regularly, but not by Gary.
I don't want to come home and start thinking about cooking dinner or washing the clothes or making the bed and stuff like that.
Not wanting to get his hands dirty, Gary has a cleaner who comes in daily. But that's not really enough for him.
The part-timer, she comes in, does her 2 hours, 3 hours at breakneck speed, irons my shirts at breakneck speed, and then gets out as quickly as she can. Real shortcut Sally. And that's not what I want.
Gary wants more, and he's going through an agency to find a full-time maid. He and his friends see the benefits of having live-in staff.
They love it. They love having the maid. They love not having to make their bed. They love being able to just walk out and leave everything. When we have a dinner party, we just leave it, walk away from the table, and miraculously the brownies have been in the next day and cleaned it all up. Do you like cooking? What about Thai food? Can you cook Thai food?
Thai food I can cook.
As a professional headhunter, Gary's used to interviewing people for various positions, though this is a bit beneath his level.
The maids are not always the smartest people in the town, because if they were, they might be investment bankers, and I'd have their resume and I'd be placing them in jobs. I'm quite demanding. Everything's going to be done just right. Do we understand that?
Sure.
Yeah, that's okay, is it?
You get the feeling whoever lands the job will have their work cut out.
When my shirts are ironed, I want them ironed just so, and the whole point of having a maid is to make your life easier, not to make your life worse. So, okay, just train them.
Well, that's settled that then. The seaside resort of Pattaya is Bangkok's playground. It's also home to Dave. Like many Brits, Dave decided to retire by the seaside.
In the UK, the weather isn't so good, obviously. Here, sand, sea, beach, and fishing.
But Dave got bored of all that. So, having done some security work in the past, Dave's enlisted with the Thai tourist police.
Everyone has knife or gun.
The nightlife in Pattaya is infamous, attracting visitors from Bangkok and abroad in their hundreds of thousands. And Dave's challenge is to try to keep the Brits and other internationals out of jail.
Pattaya is fun city. That's it, fun city. Trouble comes with fun. All kinds of trouble.
Dave walks the beat on Walking Street, one of the liveliest red light districts in the world.
Walking Street is a completely different kind of thing. Many bars, many go-go's. Sabadi bar!
And the fact Dave speaks Thai means he's a useful liaison between the tourists and the authorities. Handy in a place full of booze and temptation.
Deny, where? Deny.
And sure enough, Dave and fellow officer Barry soon get dispatched to an international dispute between a Thai bar owner and some Russian tourists over 2 unpaid beers.
He has ordered the beer and it's been opened, so therefore he will have to pay for it. Now we're trying to negotiate. Being Russian and us not being Russian speakers, it causes a problem.
No, drink. Oh, drink beer.
Yeah, but you open.
It seems the way to get through to Russians is to speak English loudly in a Thai accent.
Open now, he say open. 270 baht.
With communication still difficult, they take the couple back to the sexily named Thai Tourist Police's mobile unit.
Speak Russian.
Stroke of luck.
This is one of our volunteer trainees. He can speak Russian, so we use him now to translate.
Dave and his colleagues try to settle arguments here and now to ensure that foreign visitors don't end up behind bars of the wrong sort.
If he's not going to pay for it, please, if we cannot resolve it here, this will go to Soi 9 police station. They will not be so sympathetic as us.
There are certain parts, certain jails that cater for Europeans. But if you're put in with the Thais in one of the rural jails, you may be 100 in one dormitory. And it's quite horrendous. Do not get locked up in Thailand. Behave yourself.
Funnily enough, once the Russian M&M here had fully explained the situation, the couple decided it was best to leave while they still could.
Who's that?
They didn't even stop to take the beers. On Walking Street, loads of bars jostle for space and attention. It's an area where most things can be seen and bought. But the line between right and wrong can be pretty blurred. Dave interrupts a Thai woman whispering into the ear of a foreign man.
Tonight we will come back arrest her, but not at the moment.
So what's she done wrong?
The loitering intent to solicit prostitution. If we see them attempting to chat up men, then they will be arrested.
Hang on, if prostitution is a criminal offence, then what about all these bars full of go-go girls giving blokes the glad eye? Well, to clear up any possible confusion, prostitution is technically illegal in Thailand. But a system called the bar fine has developed, which helps everybody to get their way.
When the lads take a lady from a bar, they pay a thing called a bar fine, which is to compensate the bar for the earnings that that girl hasn't earned. She will get percentage for that because she gets no tips. The negotiation between her and the guy will be whatever they decide. It's up to you whether you have sex or not. It's entirely up to you.
Basically, if sexual services are not being openly flogged in the actual street and it's all kept to a whisper in a bar, then people can look the other way, and Pattaya is the kingdom of the blind eye. Michael Byrne is Bangkok box office. He hot-footed it from England to become the first Brit ever to play in the Thai Premier League.
Mate Byrne.
Probably obviously you're in the top league, all the games are televised, you know, you've got always in the newspapers.
Michael Byrne, Michael Byrne. And then we're looking over and they're all like that, thinking, oh yeah, he looked over, it's him, it's him.
Yes, the boy from Ashton-under-Lyne has become the Beckham of Bangkok.
I think he likes it more than he pretends he does. He pretends to be cool, but I think really inside he's like, yeah.
But it's not all roses. With Premier League comes Premier League pressure in any country, particularly if you're a higher-paid foreign player.
Each team only have a certain quota of foreign players, you understand? So it's like you're in a fight against all the foreign players, and if I'm below the standard of what I've shown before, then people are going to start asking questions. Why can't we get a Thai player to do the same job as what he's doing? You know, so I've got pressure.
But Mike's certainly in no hurry to go back to the UK, where his career was less than glamorous.
It's difficult to maybe move up in England with the pressures of the game and everything like that, and obviously better being like a small fish in a big pond back at home and now being a big fish in a small pond, you know, it's quite a nice feeling.
When Mike left school to join Bolton Wanderers Football Academy, he was less big fish, more tiddler in a shark tank. He couldn't break through and ended up playing for the non-league club Northwich Victoria. Northwich who?
In England, I mean, your friends know you play football and your family know you play football, but...
Never got recognised in England, as far as I know. I never watched back in England. I saw a few games. It was always very cold.
And with Mike's career freezing rapidly, a friend gives him a lifeline.
He was playing in Malaysia, and I looked at his pictures and what I mean, I thought, wow, it looks, you know, a really different sort of life he was living, like, and he got me in touch with his agent.
Mike's flown out for a trial with small provincial Thai club Nakhon Pathom. Nakhon who?
So I got the ball in the midfield, and I think I took on like 2 players, and then I could put it into the top corner.
Oh, pick the bones out of that. But seriously, Nakhon who?
And literally 2 minutes later, then he brought me off and said, signed on the dotted line, basically.
Mike progresses from bigger club to bigger club, ending up at his current team, Chanat FC. But he needs to keep playing well, and today, Mike's side are facing their fierce local rivals, Suphanburi, in front of 20,000 fans. It's also 90% humidity. You don't get that in the north of England. But then up north, they wouldn't play in pink either. And it's immediately bad news for Mike's team as they go a goal down. Come on, Mike, your team are losing. You need to play up. Oh, I said play up, not throw up. Well, never mind lasting the season, Mike's not even made it to half-time.
Just the heat and everything like that is like my breathing won't right, you know. I feel like my chest tightening up, and as soon as I made like a long stride, then that was it. I started to be sick, and it's like so different than back home. The weather, you know, like 40 degrees. Now it's dropping, and it's going to like thunder and lightning now. So it's like the difference in the weather change is so bad, you know.
The second half doesn't get any better. Mike's team concede another goal and lose 2-0. How about a post-match word, Mike? Fair enough. To keep up the style to which Mike, Emma and son Lucas have become accustomed, he needs to keep his place on the side. Otherwise, it's back home to Blighty.
Oh, I like Bangkok a lot better than the UK. There's too many things to mention. There was nothing there for us, really.
No pressure there then, Mike. Ooh, hasn't that shirt got sick on it? Coming up.
Yes, from England, Leicester.
Back with Dave in the red light district Walking Street, where the sex tourists often can't tell the boys from the girls.
Especially if they go into the shower.
While Billy's in a rush to build his dream bar, his builders aren't.
So what work they done? They clocked off?
They're clocked off. It's Miller time.
I guess cleaning up's my job.
And what on earth has Lee got herself into?
It's not something I do normally, I'll have you know.
You better be scared.
Lee, if you recall, failed to find lasting fame in the UK and has formed the Dance Legends, in the hope of making it big in Bangkok and beyond. But alongside her dancing, she also has dreams of the silver screen.
Acting is something I love, and I just try to pursue that as much as I can.
Today, Lee has been given an opportunity to appear in a pilot for an American TV series. It's a risque role.
And I'm doing a very funny little part where I'm some sort of Dominique Triggs. It's not something I do normally, I'll have you know. But yeah, it's fun. All good fun. Sorry, I'm just going to try and concentrate on putting these tights on.
Living in Thailand, a Western woman is likely to suffer regular wardrobe malfunctions.
Oh, these are too bloody short for a baby. It happens on a regular basis here. You go and you buy something, thinking it should be fine. It says XL or large or whatever, and that is for tiny little, skinny little legs that all the Thai ladies have, which they're very lucky to have, obviously, but they don't fit me, unfortunately.
Well, this certainly isn't Downton Abbey. But it is a career Lee's invested in. She's had lessons to help her get work.
I love acting, and I've been going off for the last 2 or 3 years, every year for a couple of months to train with an amazing acting teacher called Jack Hawkser, who trained Al Pacino and all sorts of people. But doing his courses in London and New York in the last couple of years really inspired me.
But on a budget production, time is as tight as Lee's costume.
Some technical problem with your wardrobe?
A little bit. I was just trying to open the leg.
Can I have a look?
Sure. I can come out there now. None, if you want. I can come out there now if you want.
Yes,
and
please.
everything.
Come.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see.
But Al Pacino doesn't get hustled like this.
Piece. I call it a dog, actually. When it gets to this point, it's a bit old and haggard. This up, I wouldn't want my dad to see me right now. My mum should be cool, but they wouldn't be majorly surprised. They've seen me in lots of weird and wonderful costumes over the years.
Cheaper crews, locations and equipment means the Bangkok film industry is growing all the time.
Obviously, there's less competition for the acting side of things, so it is going to be that much easier. But I'd really like to think that it's not just because I'm here that I'm doing well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to think I have got some talent as well. All right.
Finally, it's action time for Lee.
Action. Good night, Lee. Right. Oh, you've been a very, very, very bad boy. Oh, you lucky. You better be scared.
Don't suppose Lee's acting guru covered this sort of thing.
It's really unpretentious. That's what I love about Jack Walter. You mustn't act, you shouldn't push. This is his big thing. So he helps you to find the right kind of feelings to pull on.
You got it, Peter?
But not pushing in this situation is hard, and Lee's made her mark.
Made a bad mess of Peter's bag.
Oh my God, Lee, what did you do?
Luckily, he's also the director.
Obviously, I couldn't find someone else to do this role, right?
I think he quite likes it, so it might be alright. I hope it's going to be alright. I feel a bit guilty. But it's a bit hard to hold back on things like that, so I got into it.
Scene done. It's a wrap.
With the film stuff, let's see. Just wherever it's meant to go, it will go. I don't want to push it too much, but I feel like it's going very well. So that's that job done. Off to the next.
Bangkok likes to party. It can sometimes appear like a new bar, club or restaurant opens every week. Whether it's parked by the roadside or up in the clouds. And who better to show you around the scene than Billy?
Hey! Sometimes I like to have a bit of fun when people come over, and I try and, because they want to learn the language, and I tell them, you know, Sewadi Cup, that means hello, and Ko Tok Cup, that means excuse me, and Nom Saway, that means thank you. But actually it means you've got great tits. Got a few people in trouble with that one.
Joking aside, ex-barman Billy Brunsden has an exciting new project on the go in one of Bangkok's more notorious streets.
OK, this is Soi 33 in Bangkok. This area was always famous for being like hostess bars and that sort of thing, but the whole area is kind of up and coming again, and there's a lot of restaurants, cool bars, jazz bars, sports bars, and very soon Bangkok's very first gastropub. It's going to open here, the Bull and Bush. Let's go and have a look.
Billy's ambitious plan is to completely renovate and modernise this 5-storey colonial building. He's planning a huge feature wall built with British-style red bricks. It's a modern, cutting-edge look.
Walk through the doors here. Hopefully we've cleaned it up a bit by then.
All to be achieved with a slightly less than modern workforce.
When you keep your eye on them, they get to work. They're all right, they're nice, they're good guys, you know, you can see them there grafting away, you know, but they're a little bit slow.
Well, they are working in flip-flops.
I don't think we're going to be open next week.
There's a lot at stake. Billy has had to go to an investor to fund this new bar. They want a quick return on their money and are putting the squeeze on him to open in just 6 weeks' time.
My investor's not the easiest person to work with. He does want his pound of sweat. We say pound of sweat or pound of blood? Yeah, OK.
It's fair to say Billy has a bit of previous in this area. A veteran of Bangkok's bar scene, he's a local legend amongst the expat community. Originally from Sidcup in Kent, Billy got bored with his job as an accounts assistant.
I looked around the office and I didn't know what I want to do with my life, but I knew it wasn't that.
At a loss, he goes travelling with his cousin.
She said, hey, let's go to Thailand, and I'm not very good at geography, and I thought I was going to Taiwan.
Billy soon feels right at home, and after years of working in Bangkok bars, he finally gets to run one himself, the Bull's Head.
Oh, it's a magical place. It was well run.
At first, everything goes great. But now all he has are memories.
What we didn't know, that this was actually the last Friday night we had at the Bull's Head.
The owner of the building pulled the lease and the pub had to close. Billy from the Bull's Head had become...
Yeah, Billy Nobar.
Billy then attempts to open a new bar, Hemingway's, but that didn't work out for him either. Barman Billy was starting to be bad luck Billy, and his new venture could already be on shaky ground.
We found a major structural problem with the floor, so the building was it was going to fall apart really, or going to collapse on itself.
And the bill is rising.
It's about £300,000 to £400,000. That might go up. So what have they done? They clocked off?
They're clocked off. It's Miller time.
I guess cleaning up's my job.
Billy doesn't really want to think about the alternatives if this fails.
Back in the UK, could be doing anything. I could be, working for JP Morgan. I could be digging holes in Bethnal Green.
And in Billy's safe hands, what could possibly go wrong?
I'm in the wrong place.
Back in Pattaya's notorious red light district, Walking Street, tourist police officer Dave is continuing his efforts to keep boozy Brits and other foreigners out of jail.
Yes, from England, Leicester. I come today, Pattaya.
Blimey, Ali G's let himself go.
Thai people are the best. Walking Street is the best. I've been here 5 times now.
Most people, they work for a year and they come here on holiday. We call them 2-week kings because they have all the money they spend and then they go back to the UK and they work again to come again.
But with these lot here, especially this man here, it's very safe to come to Thailand, Pattaya, Walking Street.
Line in the chop and give me chop. I like Falang, ni Falang She says she likes Falang, which is foreigners. She prefers English, Russian are okay, but she don't like Thai men.
I'm going back to my hotel right now in Pattaya. This is how we do it, England 2013.
A vintage year.
Over here we got a boys' club, the only one in Walking Street.
Yes, girl, boy or katoy, that's ladyboy to you and me, Walking Street caters for every taste.
This is coming up to the Arab quarter. Around this part we find many katoys. They seem to congregate around this part of the world. Appears to be the flavour of the month for this area. Perhaps it changes.
Although there's a proliferation of places that offer to rub you up the right way, in this area people can occasionally get rubbed up the wrong way.
On Walking Street, we get everything from sexual assaults to people making mistakes, such as taking a lady boy and thinks it's a lady, especially if they go into the shower.
Given what's going on all around, you may be surprised at who the police choose to collar first tonight.
They sell flowers, which is illegal on Walking Street. Jab. They jab no sawa, they jab pull jai, pull yin, and they dog my jab mod. All the flower girls down here and the ping pong boys, that's the guys that sell the sex shows. And obviously other people doing misdemeanours will be arrested.
Yep, those flower sellers can really lower the tone. But it's the effects of alcohol that provide the most work for the tourist police.
This lady's had a bit too much to drink, but we'll sort her out and they get her home, get her money put away, get her in a taxi.
And a paramedic on a bike has arrived after a call has come in saying another woman has collapsed further on down the street.
That is the emergency service ambulance.
Ambulance? It's a bloody moped. But sure enough, with his female patient sandwiched on the back, our courier returns. And the young woman's friends have come to Dave for help.
My friend! Hospital.
Where?
With the motorbike.
She take motorbike, hospital.
They're distressed because they don't know where she's been taken.
Never mind. Friend of mine, it's Jasmine. She's very drunk.
This is a bit unfortunate. If we'd been there at the scene, we would have arranged things a little bit better. We could have been found out what hospital and arranged the proper transportation. If her friends were available, we would have put them in a taxi and sent them to the appropriate place.
Although he retired in England, over here Dave's on shift up to 4 in the morning. No pipe or slippers for him.
I think once you start giving up, that's coming to the end of the road of your life. But yeah, I put my feet up and I go fishing. That's okay, but I like what I do. I like helping people, and I like being involved in things.
Life has certainly been more colourful since Dave moved to Thailand.
What I miss about England? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Although tonight, the kind of weather he's more used to back in Blighty is about to cramp walking street style.
Raining. Usually we wear proper waterproofs, but tonight it's called us out. Emergency rainwear. 20 baht in 7-Eleven. Rain dogs play.
Coming up.
Billy is a man without a bar.
With his pub still in ruins, Billy's former punters have deserted him for the bar of a younger rival.
Where have I met you before, Billy?
But can he win them back?
He keeps hassling us on the phone. Come here, come there.
He's just silly Billy, really.
And there's Gary. If you remember, he wants a maid to clean and cook.
It's hard, forced labour, and it's not fair to make somebody like me do it.
Even his cat, Sydney's appearance isn't up to scratch.
It's all matted.
You won't believe the haircut she's about to get. Back to Gary. Remember him?
Dull questions from inexperienced interviewers?
Yes, that's Gary. He feels his part-time maid isn't giving his home the necessary attention.
She really just views it as coming in to do the basics and then go. Gets things done as quickly as she can and then out at 2:30, which frustrates me.
Well, that just won't do, so Gary starts searching for a full-time live-in maid, as you do.
If I am demanding, it's because I don't think it's very hard to do a maid's job in this flat. I've done it. It took me all weekend and it nearly killed me once, but I've done it.
So it is quite hard then. But in Bangkok, Gary can afford someone else to come and clean and cook.
It's hard, forced labour, and it's not fair to make somebody like me do it.
In the meantime, Gary is interviewing another maid to see if she'd be suitable for him.
Right, well, I've got a very good reference in front of me that talks about your cooking, shopping, laundry, ironing. I only grew up in the cultural confines of the UK, so I never dreamed that I would live like this. Some expats whinge and moan about their maids and all that type of thing, but come on, you know, they're cleaning your bathroom, they're ironing your shirts, they're going out doing the shopping, the washing, the cleaning, the cooking. Stop complaining. We're very lucky to have this. Very lucky to have it. It's not normal. Taking children to school, good in the garden. If there was one of you and 6 people, you must have been really busy.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. There's only one of me and my cat, Sydney.
Ah, Sydney.
Thank you.
Gary's pampered Persian.
This is Sydney, my 18-year-old grumpy pussycat. A friend gave her to me a few years ago. She used to call her the perv cat because as soon as she jumped in the shower, Sydney would come and sit on the side watching.
Yes, this is a cat that actually likes getting wet.
Now you're going to have to excuse me for 5 minutes. I need some downtime with Sydney.
But shower-loving Sydney has a problem. All that water mixed with Persian fur makes for a very unkempt puss.
Look at that. Soaked. She's always been like it. But the problem is it makes it all matted. Oh.
And there's no room for an untidy cat in Gary's extremely tidy flat.
We're cleaning Sydney's little travel bag to take her off on her adventure for a haircut.
So Gary's decided his Persian rug needs a trim.
Haircut. My Roy percent, just like Hasip die? Hasip percent?
Same look.
Everything?
Same Thai cat, yeah.
Okay. So she has to have a complete number 1. Oh, see you later, Sydney.
Good luck, Sydney.
She's so calm today, I can't believe it.
Dumbstruck, maybe?
She's starting to complain a little bit.
Not surprised.
Oh, there we go.
2 hours later, they finish working on Sydney.
OK, thank you. Cop and cap. All right, Sydney, nearly home.
Introducing Sydney, the crew-cut cat.
Oh, she's so skinny, you see what I mean? Oh. There you go. I don't like the way she looks. She looks so sad.
Sad? Furious, more like. In Bangkok, Billy the barman is struggling to build his new British-themed gastropub.
This is the main feature, which is going to be the big bar.
As you can see, it's not quite ready yet. But Billy's investor wants it open in just 6 weeks' time. They both know with Bangkok's bar scene, you snooze, you lose.
You can go out 1 month and you go into all the best bars in town, and you go out the next month and something else has come along. Someone's always constantly raising the bar, pardon the pun. Good to see you anyway.
But a new bar is nothing without people to drink in it. Billy's past pubs have a large, faithful following, but he's been out of the picture for a while and doesn't want to be seen as yesterday's man.
It's always good to get out in the town and see people and just let them know I'm still alive and still doing things.
Billy's days are tied up building his Brit bar, so on nights like tonight, he has to go out and promote it. This new bar's opened on Billy's patch, and inside he spots some of his former die-hard punters from the pub he used to run, the Bull's Head.
Billy from the Bull's Head.
Billy from the Bull's Head. Billy will always remember your name. Always. All right, Stu, how's it going, mate? You all right for a drink? Great. Blah, 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 blah. That's Billy. That's
your name
what makes him very special.
And he can balance a pint on the back of his head. He's just silly Billy, really.
Ah, they remember him fondly. The problem is they're drinking in somebody else's bar, one known for its inventive cocktails.
The bar we're in now is called Apotheca, which I think is Russian for chemist.
Or maybe Russian for open, unlike Billy's bar, which currently looks like this. It doesn't help that this new bar is run by Bok here,
Where have I met you before, Billy?
another younger Brit who's recently arrived in Bangkok. Most people assume Bok's Thai, till she opens her mouth, that is.
I like to mess with people. Basically, I was born in Korea, moved to Manchester when I was 3 years old, and I've been there all my life.
Like Billy, Bok is keen to bring a bit of Britain to Bangkok's drinking scene, though she's taking a slightly more cosmopolitan approach.
So English tea cocktail. It tastes like tea. It's got a double shot of vodka in it, and you can't even tell. It's for those Brits who love tea, but also love alcohol. And I know there's a few of them about, basically.
Bok thinks old-timer Billy could do with a bit of this sort of thing in his new bar.
I'm thinking of calling this the Billy.
The Billy?
The Billy.
It's got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it.
Do you like tea?
I love tea, yeah.
There we go, the Billy.
Can you call that one the Billy?
Well, the cocktail isn't Billy's cup of tea, but Bok seems to be. Though his choice of hugging partners gets slightly less fussy as the night wears on. So he goes back to wooing his old customers.
He keeps hassling us on the phone. Come here, come there.
Billy is a man without a bar. Why?
Let's get me a bar.
You have a fan club. I will follow you to any bar you open.
His former regulars may be pledging allegiance to him now, but until Billy's bar actually opens, the loyalty may only last as long as their hangovers. Next time on Brits in Bangkok. Lee sees one of her new girls steal the limelight.
Look at her with her bum out. She was being a bit provocative that day, and that bothered me because that's not what my team do.
We also meet new arrival Natalie, who's suffering from Bangkok shock.
Soft shell turtle. It's a bag of frogs.
Particularly the food.
There isn't really anyone to, like, take the piss out of a fucking shrimp about with, you know.
And Gary, he shows his new full-time maid how he expects her to work.
So, ironing board, vacuum cleaner, stuff.
And where she'll be living. Just off the car park.